Right, I'm working to show you a bit of the edging video, and I'm having to, by the nature of what I want to show you, I'm having to work with quite a large sample piece, which means I'm sort of a bit further away from the screen than, or you know, working further away from the screen than I would like to, but we'll adjust that as we go. And you can see I haven't got a full piece here, but I've got the component parts that I can show you the sort of trickier aspects of the edging on. So that means I wanted to show you starting it as it does in the pattern, starting the edging on one of these half motifs. And the reason that that is perhaps less straightforward is because if you look at the anemone motif here, you can see the edge is nice and neat with the double crochet, isn't it? With the half motifs, we've got a beautiful edge, but it's not a standard double crochet all the way along. So there's different places where we need to put our hook to join in the yarn and make the stitches on the very first round of the edging. So this is what my sample piece looks like. You can see what I've got here. I can't even zoom out even any further than that really. But what I've got here is sort of a representation, well, in fact, an actual short edge. So I've got the two full motifs and the two half motifs. So that is as the short edge would look, but the longer edge I've just got a half motif, a full motif, a half motif, and that's all I'm going to need to show you the tricky bits to do the edging. So let's get started. Okay, our pattern tells us to start in one of the half motifs, and that's what we're going to do. And because we're working along this edge, to start with, we don't have any stitches we can kind of work into in the normal way. So we're working into the edge of the stitches rather than the top, and I'll show you what I mean. We're going to join the yarn first of all in the normal way, so it's a way that you're familiar with, and I appreciate you can't kind of fully sort of focus completely on what I'm doing, but we would normally go into the top of the stitches like so, or sorry, like so. So you've got the V sitting across the top. We're not doing that. I'm going to go into the edge of that stitch. So it's kind of working almost between the first two stitches there. So going into the edge of it. And I'm going to just pull up a loop of yarn in the normal way. All right, this is how we've joined yarn throughout. It's just in a different position. So that doesn't count as our first stitch. That's just me. That's just me joining the yarn, as you know. So I'm going to put double crochet into that same place where we've worked. All right, and that's my first stitch. We are underway on our edging. All right. Okay, we are now going to put a double crochet into the side of the next stitch here, which is in the next row down. All right, and we're going to skip the vintage pink, this stitch here. We're skipping that. We're not doing anything with that at all. Then we've got a little bit of light relief because we've actually got some stitches we can work into here. We've got 7 ash rose stitches we can work into. So in a normal way, we recognize this. We're going into those in a normal way. All right, so 7 of those. All right, and this is just going to normalize things. This is just going to give us kind of like an outline, if you like, to work all of the rest of our edging into. It's important that you follow the stitches exactly so you get your stitch count right, so that your pattern repeat will work. Okay, so there's the 7 stitches. I'm now actually, I'm going to skip the ash rose, the last little ash rose stitches here. I'm not doing anything with that. And the next one I'm going to do is into the side of the blue stitch here. It's double denim in the pattern. You might be working a different colour, but it's the blue. It's basically whatever's matching what you're working with now, really. This time I'm doing a half treble, and a reminder, I'm working UK terminology here, so it's a half double, isn't it? It's tight, this stitch for me. Might be the same for you, but do not worry. And I need a half treble in there because there's a slight dip, so I need a slightly longer stitch. That's why that's a half treble. Okay, we're going to do another half treble into the side of the next stitch, which is in coral here. Again, just a slightly longer stitch. Here you go. Okay. And a half treble into the side of the green in here, and it's sugar snap in your pattern. I've been working with my alternate colourway such that I'm just calling my yarn those colours, even though they're different. They're not actually those colours, but I know what it refers to, and I suspect by the time you get here you'll feel the same about it. Okay, so that's gone into the green. I'm going to do 2 chain here, and I'm going to skip that entire centre ring there. So the thing that we started with, the ring that we started with, I'm completely missing that. There's nothing going in there at all. Okay, so then I'm coming out the other side. I'm going to do a half treble again into the side of the green, the sugar snap. Half treble into the coral, and again, apologies, this is UK terminology, so I'm working half doubles here. Half treble into the side, or half double into the side of double denim. We'll go into that bit. I'm skipping the stitches at the base, and I'm going to do 7 double crochet along the remaining foundation part of the stem up here, and that'll be familiar because you've worked stitches into those to make the petals on the full motifs here, so that's not going to cause you too many problems, I don't think. 4, 5, 6, and last one, come on, 7, and we are now going to skip this last little vintage, whoops, there goes my pattern. Look, we're skipping the vintage pink, and we're going to do we're going to do doubles, I beg your pardon, into the next 2 rows of blue. So follow your pattern carefully, take it slowly, and you will end up with a row of stitches that you can now work into easily along the half motifs. Okay, so carrying on then, we're going to put a double crochet into the next, into the side of the next stitch. Okay, so we're going into the side there, and now we're at the chain space, the corner chain space, and things start to get a little bit easier now. So double crochet into the corner chain space, and now thankfully, it's nice and straightforward. We're just doing 13 double crochet. Okay, so that is working into the half lily, the half day lily motif is the trickiest part. And once you've hopped over onto the main or the full motifs, it's really easy going. Just be aware, look out for the terms working into the side of, all right? That's what we've been doing along here, working into the sides of things, not into the top, into the sides. And there's that sort of like little extra one when you get to the end, working into the side, and then off you go. So that is as tricky as it gets, but like I said, please take it slowly and make sure you get your stitch counts right, because that's kind of vital moving forward. So I'm just going to work down to the end, and then I'll just show you how to go around the corner. It's not difficult, and then we're going to do a little bit of working stitches together along the short edge. Okay, I'm just coming up to the corner here, so I'm just doing my half trebles. I've got half treble into the green, half treble into the coral, half treble into the blue. Now I'm going to work along here and do my, skipping the base stitches, doing my 7 doubles. You get used to it as you work along, and obviously you've got an awful lot more of the motifs to work along than I have on this sample piece here. So it does become easy to remember, but do just make sure you get the first couple right so that you're not, and also pay attention to sort of skipping between them just to make sure you're not adding or missing stitches as you go along. Okay, I can't talk and count, so bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, I'm missing that end part here, and I am going into the side of the last 2 blue rose, and it is tight, so just get that stitch in where you can really, and especially if you've sewn the ends in a bit haphazardly like I have, mentioning no names, it's me. So I'm now at the very edge and I'm ready to work around the corner, and the way I'm going to do that is 3 double crochet. Okay, and that's UK terminology, so that's 3 single crochet. US terminology, I've worked all the way around the corner, and I can turn my work now, and I am ready to work along the short edge. So I've got all my stitches in place, but we've still got to do a little bit of something different. So let's work along that together. Okay, I hadn't finished that stitch. I finished it now, sorry. I'm going to skip the next stitch along, and I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next 13 stitches. Obviously this is all in your pattern. Now before I complete that, I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to put a little stitch marker into the center, or into the second of the 3 stitches that I made there. That's my corner stitch, and I will mark them. I will mark those corners all the way around, all right? You need to keep your corners true because they are very much kind of anchor points, and they will help you make sure you're doing your repeats properly, all right? Okay, this is number 13. It would have been if I hadn't dropped it. Number 13. So I'm now I'm working over the next 2 chain spaces, and you can see them really clearly, can't you? It's this one and this one. It's those corner chain spaces. And what I'm doing is I'm going to do a double crochet 2 together, or in the US, that's a single crochet 2 together over those chain spaces. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go through that first chain space and pull up a loop, not finish my stitch, go through that second chain space and pull up a loop, not finish the stitch. I've got 3 in a row. Yarn over and go through all 3 of them, and that just has the effect of pulling those 2 together a little bit and just keeping our stitch count as we need it to be. Makes it nice and neat and secure at the corner there. And off I go again. I'm doing 13 stitches again. Right, now when I've finished my 13th stitch here, I'm at the chain space at the top of a point, at the kind of pinnacle of this block, and I'm going to put 3 double crochet in there. 1, 2 and 3, and again I'm just going to mark the center stitch of those stitches. All right, always mark the center stitch or the second stitch of the 3 double crochets because those are points where you're going to work into going on. And those 2 little things, so the double crochet or 2 together, or the single crochet 2 together, depending on the terminology you use, at the sort of lowest point, and the 3 double crochet or single crochet at the highest point, that's really all you need to know on these short edges. So that is the trickiest parts of the foundation round of your edgings taken care of. We know how to work into the edges of the half motifs and give us this nice double crochet to work into. We know how to work into the sort of the zigzag edge at the short edges. So that's all you really need to know on this. So I'm going to stop here and we will move on to round 1.